Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 2019 Porsche 911 Carrera S. Now this has 1,441 horsepower, 1,347 pounds-feet of torque, with a 4.6 litre twin turbocharged hybrid V8, and the car itself weighs 2,879 pounds, has all-wheel drive, and you can do 0 to 60 in 1.788 seconds, and 0 to 100 in 3.448 seconds. So yeah, the Honda NSX-R GT put in a pretty good top speed of 270 mph in the previous episode, but I quite frankly expect this to do even better than that, purely because it has 85 extra horsepower and 326 extra pounds-feet of torque. While, yeah, this does weigh a little bit more and probably isn't quite as good in terms of handling, that extra power and extra torque, along with the fact it does go quicker to 60 and to 100, should make this a faster car than both that Honda NSX-R GT and our current leader, the Hot Wheels twin mill. So yeah, I am quite hopeful for this. So let's get out there and see what it can do. See a hugely powerful engine, and not just in terms of horsepower either, which is usually the main thing going with an engine swap like the Honda that had a hell of a lot of horsepower. Not quite as much as this, but still quite a lot, but the torque wasn't quite as high, whereas with this, the torque and the horsepower is pretty much level. And yeah, but it all does come down to controllability, and that Honda was really rather controllable. This isn't at the moment, but I do have hope that it will be eventually. So there's 233. I'm sure we'll be able to get more than that eventually though. That's 240, 255, 260, 268. I had to brake there because the corner was coming up. 268 mph already is fairly promising. We managed to get 261 there before we hit the roundabout. So let's see what we can do on the other side of the motorway. Carry as much speed as possible out of this roundabout so we can use it on this straight. There's 270, 71, 72, and 273 miles an hour. So we are the quickest car we've ever had on this series. I'm not sure whether or not we can do any more than that though. Well, let's see. We do have a fair bit of a straight coming up now, and this car is relentless in terms of how quick it goes when even going past 240. Which usually isn't the case. Usually cars start to run out of steam once we get up to a certain amount of speed. Come on, final bit. Oh dear, BMW is right on our driving line. BMW does not like Porsche, obviously, that's probably why. Nope, 273 is all we're going to get, and I do say all we're going to get lightly because obviously that is the fastest speed we've had on this series so far. So yeah, beats the Hot Wheels twin mill by 2 miles an hour, and the Honda NSX-R from the previous episode by 3 miles an hour, as well as the Vauxhall Monaro VXR, the Mosler MT900S, and the Vauxhall VX220 Turbo. And yeah, we haven't had another Porsche on this series so far, so that is, yeah, a pretty convincing win by a Porsche there, especially for their first car on this series. So yeah, mightily impressed by that, not just in terms of the speed but also in terms of how it handled it, because yeah, obviously you can get up to a high rate of speed like the Hot Wheels twin mill for instance, but it's all about whether or not you can control all that power and that speed around the corners and stuff, because obviously this motorway isn't a perfect straight, which, you know, does hinder some cars, but it's also a challenge as well, and I like that aspect of this motorway on this game. But yeah, this was able to handle the power around the corners, as well as handle the, you know, this power going along the straights as well. It wasn't, you know, spinning its wheels or whatever like that. all-wheel drive certainly helping on that regard. So yeah, mighty impressed by it, and yeah, probably have a tough job of beating that, but yeah, I do like the series purely for the you know, being imaginative in terms of what cars we can use and the kind of power we can give them and seeing what they can do. So yeah, mighty impressed by this, and yeah, for once we actually have a brand new car that is actually really rather quick in terms of top end speed, because usually when it comes to these new cars you have complicated gearboxes, 7, 8, 9, even 10 speeds, and yeah, they do limit what kind of top speed you can get, but with this, fortunately, that's not the case. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.